Chamomile. Chamomile. How to pronounce chamomile or chamomile or whatever. Camomile. What the hell? Camomile. Here it says chamomile.
Chamomile.
Oh, okay, no, they don't say that.
Chamomile.
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 Chamomile. Okay.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. I don't get pronunciation sometimes because this literally says mail. Like mail, like email. Mail. Chamomile. Okay. Anyway, the other day my mom and I, we were walking along on a little walk and we saw some chamomile bushes. They grow quite close to our place and they smelled really intensely because there were a lot. You don't see it that well on this footage, but there were like a lot. So we thought next day we could go by again and attempt making chamomile tea. It was always like a quarantine project of mine to make tea. So I googled how to make chamomile tea, and what you essentially do is you go and cut off chamomile, try to only use like the heads, like the white petals and the top part of the flower, and cut them off, put them into a bag. Don't use like a plastic bag or so because then they get all mushy and weird. Try to use like a net or a paper bag or something. Like that will say better. And then we cut the heads off so we really only have the good part, like the top, the flower bit. It takes quite some patience, but if you have a good audiobook, you'll be fine. We also went back 3 more times because as soon as you cut everything off and everything is done, you don't have that much, so make sure to get quite a bit. Then afterwards, once you cut all the flowers off, you put them onto a sheet pan thing for in the oven. We laid some baking paper on one of those tin things for the oven. It's not tin, but maybe, I don't know English. You just put it in the oven on one of those baking paper things on 45 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that's in Fahrenheit. And then when you close it, you put a stick or a spatula or just something in between the oven so the oven doesn't quite close, because otherwise all of the wetness that comes out of the flowers when drying stays in the oven, and then in the end the process doesn't really make sense because I don't know English. The humidity is still in the oven, so I'd suggest putting a little hole in between so that the humidity can go out while the water is evaporating. Yeah, it does shrink quite a bit, so as I said before, I'd suggest picking a bit more, but in the end you have a nice chamomile tea thing. I'm pretty sure you can repeat this very similar process with other teas or plants that you want to turn into teas. It's really not difficult, and it's a good pastime. It's kind of one of those mindless things like knitting or doing a puzzle or something. So if you're bored and you like tea, okay. One thing I forgot to mention is you should store it in the dark. So we just stored it in a cupboard. So we put it in bags to keep all of the fragrance in. Yeah, and in a dark place. Though I don't know the science behind that. So good luck if you're trying to make your own tea, and that's it for now. Bye!